Nselmilkom u nistidinkom għal programm ġdid li jismu Wow. Wow propjament qiegħed għal Waves of Wellness. Imma wow ukoll wassalna għal dak il-mument meta kultant pum, issa tixel bozza. U tgħid tara naqra li kieku konna f'din il-ħaġa qabel kemm ħajti kienet tkun naqra differenti jew kemm kienet taffettwali l-mixja tal-ħajja li qed ngħix jew tas-saħħa tiegħi, eċċetera. Fil-programm miegħi għandi persuna speċjali ħafna, hija epigenetic consultant, issa nispjegaw x'inhu huwa iżjed tard, u wkoll hija wellness u life coach. Ġifieri nintegraw kollox flimkien u ikonna dik li konna li naraw f'persuna meta ngħidu kemm hi persuna kompluta, kemm hi persuna rilassata. Mela, nixtieq nippreżentalkom lil Beverly Rimmer li hija Skoċċiża, ilha tgħix Malta għal ftit snin, tgħix proprju ġewwa l-Gżira ta' Għawdex, u il-konverzazzjoni li se jkollna se tkun bl-Ingliż, ovvjament jiena nagħmel naqra ta' traduzzjoni bil-Malti. Imma ċerta li dak kollu li se nitalmu mingħand Beverly huwa xi ħaġa totalment differenti minn dak li normalment nieħdu u l-iktar huwa importanti huwa illi l-idea hija wellness, mela hija xi ħaġa li f'dal żminijiet li għaddejjem minnhom bħalissa żgur li għandna bżonn ħafna dwaru. Mela, hello Beverly, I'm so happy that finally we could have this program coming through. It is a first for you, it's a first for me, so let us just relax. We always have very good audiences here, and I know that the subject that we're going to cover today is like an introduction to a series of programs that we will be sharing together about wellness.
Yeah.
So, can you just like specify this generic word of wellness? Mela qed insaqsi lil Beverly biex tatina definizzjoni ta' dil wellness x'infissru biha.
I think it's important to understand that wellness is not static. You know, it's a state of being. It's something that we actively do every day in order to achieve things like good health, well-being, you know, a happier life. And so it's a practice. Wellness is a practice. It's not something that is, I am well, so I am free of illness.
Okay.
It's a daily practice.
Right.
You're on a journey towards optimum health.
Tajjeb, mela hawnhekk qed tgħidilna Beverly illi meta qed nitkellmu fuq wellness qed nitkellmu fuq vjeġġ illi huwa għaddej il-ħin kollu li prattikament hija ħajjitna. Aħna ma nistgħux ngħixu mingħajr ma nieħdu l-arja l-ħin kollu, mingħajr ma niklu, mingħajr ma nixorbu kemm għandna bżonn. U allura jekk il-bniedem ikun għaddej jipprattika dak li aħna għandna bżonn nifmu li huwa importanti għal ħajjitna, hemmhekk il-bniedem se jimrat il-nesis ikunu vera minimi u jaraf ukoll kif jista' jevithom li naħseb dal-moment hija xi ħaġa importanti ħafna. So yes, you are talking about how important it is that we actually think of our body as having this process that we need to look into. And you're talking about like practices. Can you elaborate on that?
Now, many people tell me when I meet them that they've never done a wellness program before, they've never been in a life program. And I, in fact, correct them and tell them every day they're in a life program. They just didn't intend to be in it. They're not planning it, but they're living every day in their life program. So if they don't like the outcomes they're actually getting, then maybe to intend their life program, they can get better outcomes.
No, that's very clever. Yeah. So pratikament qed tgħidilna illi ħafna min-nies ġieli tiltaqa' magħhom u jgħidu la x'jiena qatt m'għamilt wellness program. U fil-fatt ir-risposta tagħha dejjem tkun qed tgħid ħażin għaliex qed tgħixha il-programm ta' ħajtek. Issa forsi l-intenzjoni mhijiex kif għandha tkun. U jekk inti tħoss illi ħajtek mhijiex taqdik bil-mod, bl-aħjar mod illi inti tixtieq illi tkun qed tgħixha, allura forsi hawnhekk qed tgħidilna Beverly huwa importanti fejn għandek bżonn tieqaf. U ikollok intenzjoni li tgħid isma' mela x'irrid nibdel, x'irrid nagħmel biex ma nħossniex daqshekk sejra lura, biex inħossni naqra aħjar, biex mentalment inħossni iktar b'saħħti. U bl-intenzjoni mbagħad iżżid tippjana illi allura il-ħajja tiegħek jekk hija sejra hekk u inti tippreferiha illi tkun iktar smuda għaddejja, allura inti tista' tippjana u tkun waħda minn dawk li tkun konxja li tista' tattendi għal wellness program u propju dak huwa is-sensiela li se nagħmlu minnlum kull ġimgħa il-qudiem. Well, that was a very, very intelligent answer that you gave, actually, because it's true, you know, Bev, we all live a life like it comes, you know, yes, we take it in our stride, and we wake up in the morning, we have breakfast without that, and it's like an ongoing thing. Most people
don't even think about what they're eating or drinking. It's automated. You know, it's like we don't think about brushing our teeth because it's something we've always done.
That's right.
You know, we can get in the car and realize, my goodness, I brushed my teeth 20 minutes ago. I don't remember. It's automated. And when we change that and we put some intention in there based on some good science, and in some cases some ancient knowledge, you know, from our ancestors, we can actually start to change small things. But when we change a lot of small things, it has a big change in our lives.
That's great. Yes, okay. So, bażikament qed tgħidilna li aħna fil-verità aħna nqumu fil-għodu u ħafna drabi nibqgħu għaddejjin bir-rutina li għandna. U ta' eżempju li pereżempju jekk aħna naħslu snina ma nqogħdux naħsbu ħsilt snieni, ma nidħolx fil-karozza u ngħid ara 10 minuti ilu ħsilt snieni. Għaliex? Għax hija rutina illi hija tajba, illi lilna qed taqdina. Imma kull ma nagħmlu għandu l-istess riżultat u allura hawnhekk fejn qed tgħidilna illi f'dal programmi b'informazzjoni xjentifiċi u kol b'informazzjoni li ħadna mill-antenati tagħna, mill-anzjani tagħna, mix-xjuħ tagħna, jekk aħna niftakru f'dawn l-affarijiet, inkunu nistgħu nifhmu illi isma' jiena il-breakfast kif qed nieħdu. Nibla, tlaqt il-barra, kieku nitfa' iktar attenzjoni, kieku kuljum għandi l-intenzjoni illi meta nqum se nagħmel daqsxejn eżerċizzju. L-intenzjoni u li nkun preżenti għal mument għal dak li qed nagħmel jistgħu jibdlu ħafna affarijiet fl-andament ta' ħajjitna. Good, so basically we are going to this in the moment thing as well, aren't we?
It's about, if we can think about intention, something very simple that I point out to people quite often. You know, people clean their houses, they clean their cars, they clean their body, they clean their hair, they clean their windows, they even clean their steps on their houses, you know. But people very rarely clean inside of their body. And without optimal function inside, you're going to malfunction. And when I ask people, you know, about how they clean, they'll say, you know, I take water, or I drink coffee, or I drink tea. If you were to try and clean your house with 2 cups of coffee, it's not going to get very clean, you know. So I'm sorry, that is not, you know, what we want to be using to clean the inside of your body. The same with cups of tea or any other soft drink. That's not what you're going to clean your house with, so therefore you're not going to clean the inside of your body with.
Yes, great, okay. Mela, pratikament, tatina dan l-eżempju ħaj ħafna li naħseb huwa qed idoqqam pina tajba, fej qed tgħidilna ħafna drabi aħna kollha kemm aħna għandna rutina li naħslu d-dar, naħslu t-twieqi, naħslu l-art, naħslu l-platti, ninħasslu aħna, naħslu xarna, eccetera. Imma kemm il-darba, kemm minna joqogħdu attenti illi l-istess kif aħna qed naħslu biex innatfu l-affarijiet fuq barra, kemm noqogħdu attenti biex is-sistema interna tagħna inżommuha spick and span. Ħafna minn nies ġieli jgħidula, ma jien nixrob l-ilma, jien noħu l-kafè ta' u noħu t-te. U l-kumment li għamlet li huwa ħelu ħafna kien illi isma' jekk inti qed taħseb li qed naddaf lilek innifsek b'żewġ jew 6 kikri kafè jew te, immaġina qed taħsel l-art b'6 kikri kafè jew te. Ma taħdimx hekk is-sistema. Allura il-verità qed tgħidlek illi jekk aħna qed nagħtu każ biss l-apparenza minn barra kif qed nidher, kif tidher xari, kif jidhru dwiefer, kif il-lbies li qed nilbes. Imma min ġewwa minix qed nagħti każ kemm qed inżomm is-sistema tiegħi b'saħħitha. Allura ħafna drabi se jiġri illi se tasal dik il-ġurnata fejn se nibda ngħid qed tuġani spalla, għandi żaqqiet tuġani, minix qed nikol sew, u nibdew inħossu dawn l-affarijiet niżlin bil-mod. U dik hija il-proċess ta' dik li ngħidula detoxification. Il-ġisem minn ġewwa għandu bżonn ikun jaf bi programmi ta' kif jista' inaddaf lilu nnifsu. Ukoll xi kelem li hu tajjeb għal ġisem u dak illi mhux. So let's talk a little bit about this idea, which makes a lot of sense, you know. I mean, yes, we keep all the outside, what we see is always very clean.
Yeah.
Now, what are the benefits of detoxifying, Beverly?
I think if you know, instead of getting into deep science, I think to keep it really simple for people, you know, when you flush yourself with water, you put a lot of good quality water through your body. All of the toxins that are inside, dead cells, all of those have to be flushed out, right? So what you put in your mouth has to leave your body, right? And water helps to flush it out. If you're not hydrated, so you haven't taken a lot of water, there's not the power, the flush to take all those things out.
Okay.
So what we end up with is in the stomach and in the digestive system and in the bowel, an awful lot of food that has putrefied, you know, that has not been flushed out, that is sitting there, that is decaying.
Okay.
And that's where illness starts to form in many cases. You know, as it would if you left a plate of dinner at home on the work surface for a month.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
you know what's going to
Fair
happen
enough.
and how,
Yes.
you know, it's going to affect your environment. So the inside of your body is an environment, and you need to think about what you're leaving in there.
Okay, good. Well, so I think this is very important what she's saying. U importanti ħafna dan li qed tgħidilna Beverly. Illa għaliex qed tagħti li noħu gossi Beverly għaliex l-eżempju, you're so good at giving examples, Beverly, and that I really love. Because it really comes across, you know, to people. Mela qed tagħtina dan l-eżempju illi jagħmel ħafna sens. Ejja ngħidu li aħna kilna. So kilna bil-plat u poġġejnieh fis-sink. Jekk jien se nagħmel l-ilma ħafna ilma se jitnaddaf? Le, għax se jibda tartru fih. U qed tagħti l-istess eżempju għall-ġisem. Illi aħna meta nieklu, is-sistema tagħna, l-istonku, l-imsaren, se jħaddmuh l-ikel, imma mbagħad ma dak l-ikel li se jaħdem għax dak li jidħol irrid joħroġ, se jkun hemm ħafna dak li jkun għadu hemm li jibqa' fil-ġisem, li jsir bħal tartru. Issa bl-ilma biss dak ma jiġix iflaxxjat. U l-istess bħalma inti għandek flashing, jekk inti għandek flashing illi mhuwiex qed inizzel bizzejiet, wisset naddaf il-post, mela. Li tajdinna hija illi huwa importanti li nifmu illi tajjeb li nixorbu għal hydration tagħna biex il-ġisem ikun ikollu l-ammont ta' ilma x'aħna l-biċċa l-kbira ta' ġisimna huwa ilma likwidu. U allura meta aħna nieħdu dak l-ammont ta' ilma, ma nkunux qed innatfu s-sistema kollha, imma jkollna bżonn mbagħad affarijiet oħra illi fil-verità jkunu kapaċi jaqilgħu dak is-sediment, dak li jifdal biex is-sistema tiflaxxa lilha nnifisha għal kollox, mela qegħdin nitkellmu hawnhekk fuq flashing tas-sistema biex aħna nkunu b'saħħitna. So Bev, right, this is a very clear example that you are giving, and I think that if we can actually, you have mentioned that when we are eating, yes, so we eat and we are consuming things, but there are things that remain in the body. Where exactly do these things remain? Do they just remain in the stomach, in the blood, in the veins? Where and why? How?
It depends on the digestive system of the individual. Some people, there would just not be enough hydrochloric acid in the stomach to break it all down, particularly if it's first thing in the morning. So it will be undigested and you'll feel quite full on the left side because your stomach is actually on the left side. Your liver is on the right side and your intestines are here. So a lot of people think the stomach is here. It's not.
Oh,
it's here. So if you get pain here on the left and a lot of heartburn, it's generally to do with the stomach. Post-food, it's inflamed, it's not working well. And so it could be that undigested foodstuffs stay in the stomach. With some of the people, they will pass through the stomach and end up stuck in 2.5 meters of intestine all packed in here with tight bends. So if you've not got the fluid to flush that through and it's not been digested effectively in the stomach, it's going to get stuck on those bends.
Okay.
And then we see things like bloating, gas, constipation, diarrhea, and feel very uncomfortable,
right.
and very much in pain. So we want to make sure that we're digesting well. And one of the key elements to doing
by
that...
digestion, let me just go, Mela, qed tgħidilna illi fil-verità aħna għandna bżonn ukoll inkunu qed nużaw il-kliem korretti kif għandhom ikunu. Mela meta aħna qed nirreferu għall-istonku, l-istonku qiegħed naqra fuq in-naħa tax-xelluk. Hawnhekk għandna l-intestin fejn jibdew l-imsaren, għandna ġiex metri u nofs ta' msaren iduru, u mbagħad għandna hawnhekk il-fwiet. Issa li qed tgħidilna huwa illi meta aħna niklu kultant naħtfu l-ikel pereżempju, jekk l-ikel ma jkunx tant nomoduh tajjeb illi jinżel biex ikun faċli ħalli jimxi mal-istonku malajr, se jkollna ħafna deposit fih. U allura dak it-tip ta' deposit se joħloq ħafna riperkussjonijiet. U fl-istonku allura se jiġrilna illi nibdew inħossuna minfuħin, inħossu ħafna gas, ġilli konna diarea, ġilli nkunu konstipati. Mela, just, before we go for a break, when you are referring to digestion, what are you referring to exactly? Is it the way we eat, and with that, and for the food to be able to...
It's an entire process, from this end at the mouth right through to the other end is your digestive system. And food, as you know, needs to go through all of it in order to leave effectively. It's a constant system of pulling and absorbing whatever we are drinking and eating. And it's most important that it is fully hydrated and fully flushed through. And also important, and we'll talk about this after the break, what you eat.
Well, we say you are what you eat, don't we?
You are indeed.
So yeah, mela qabel niġu għal daqsxejn ta' break żgħir, Mela qed tgħidilna illi fil-verità iva meta qegħdin nitkellmu fuq digestion, qegħdin nitkellmu fuq mod ukoll ta' kif nieklu, imma mhux biss għax aħna l-ikel ma jgħaddix biss minn ħalqna, iżda jgħaddi wkoll minn din is-sistema kollha biex imbagħad dak li mhux tajjeb għall-ġisem ikun jista' jiġi eliminat. Dak li ma jiġix eliminat, però dak se jibqa' fis-sistema. U hawnhekk u forsi issa wara illi din naqra ta' pawża qasira, nitkellmu ma' Beverly fuq allura x'jista' wieħed jagħmel biex din dawn id-deposits illi għandna wieħed ikun jista' jeliminhom. Ibqa' magħna. Nerġaw għal darba oħra flimkien inkomplu naqrab din id-diskussjoni interessanti fuq il-programm Wow. Mija għandi lil Beverly Rimmer li qed tagħtina ħafna idejat u informazzjoni interessanti biex nifhmu eżattament aħna minn aħna. Għal min għadu qed jingħaqad ma' issa Beverly qed nagħmilha l-intervista dejjem bl-Ingliż u nittranslejtja għaliex ma stajtx nitlef persuna dil kwalità ħabba l-lingwa minħabba fil-ammont kbir ta' informazzjoni li tista' tatina. So Beverly, we just mentioned just before the interval that yes, we are what we eat. Aħna dak li niklu. Dak li niklu jagħmilna dak li aħna. So and you were talking about the importance of detoxifying the body. Mela konnet nitkellmu kemm importanti wkoll illi natfu il-ġisem, mux bis minn barra, imma minn ġewwa xinkella jibda imur lura bil-mod il-mod. And I would like you to give us an example of something that can actually help us detoxify. Say, I wake up in the morning. What should I do as soon as I wake up?
I always advocate the first thing that we need to do is to kickstart the body into motion. And I do that in a couple of ways. The first thing is I'll get room temperature water. You're going to need 4 small bottles of water a day. A day. All right? A day. 4 a day.
Ah, okay.
1 in the morning. This is 500 ml. Now that starts everything moving around. The next thing I do is I spend about 3 minutes using a body brush.
Really?
The largest organ in your body is your skin. All right, that's the largest organ you have.
Yes.
And all of your nerve sensors go to your skin. If you do not literally clean and stimulate the skin, it's a bit like leaving a bed sheet on the bed and putting a new one on, and putting a new one on, putting a new one on. You know, so the original one is underneath, all right?
Yes.
And all of those dead cells in your skin are going to be there, and they're going to cause problems with premature aging, acne, dermatitis. It's going to cause blockages, pustulas, boils, infection.
In spite of the fact that you take a shower, for example.
Because what you're doing is you're literally, a shower is a bit like spraying a bedroom. It's not the same as removing the sheet, boiling the sheet, drying the sheet, putting the sheet back on.
Okay.
You know, it's a whole different process. And so something like this, it's called a dry body brush. And you brush literally lightly all of your body, always aiming towards the heart.
Okay.
So if you're on the legs, you're coming up towards the heart. If you're on the arm, towards the heart, all right? The neck, towards the heart. And you literally body brush all over, you know, all over the body.
Actually, it's like massaging the body and
it's waking it up.
waking it up.
At
That's
a
right.
nerve level. All right. Now, the other
lovely.
interesting thing, not only are you taking all of these dead skins off and allowing your largest organ to let in oxygen and
Yes,
breathe,
yes.
you've just put a lot of water in your body, which is now being stimulated by movement of the stimulation of the skin around your body. Now, the thing I love about body brushing, and you must do this before you take a shower, all right? So don't do it after, it's dry body brushing. So we're on dry skin. And you'll find initially when you start to do it, a lot of dead skin cells. Now, if you look at my skin, I've been body brushing for about 27, 28 years, and I'm 50. And I do not have the hands or the arms of a 50-year-old because I have regenerated. I take dead skin off twice a day. So new skin, my original DNA, my blueprint is coming in constantly, over and over again.
Okay, I have to explain this because it's very, very interesting. Okay, so, mela, ħana raw naqra għadha x'għedtejdilna Beverly. Għaxina ovvjament saqsejta tilla mela inti kif tqum filgħodu, x'għandek tagħmel biex tibda din l-idea ta' detoxification. Mela l-ewwel ħaġa li qed tgħidilna hija illi għandna bżonn nixorbu 4 fliexken minn dawk iż-żgħar matul il-ġurnata biex il-ġisem ikun qed jieħu biżżejjed ilma kemm għandu bżonn. Imma mhux biss qiegħed issemmilna din is-sistema ta' kif, mela, aħna għandna ħafna organi fil-ġisem, jenna fil-fwiet, il-qalb, il-klew, il-musrana, imma l-ikbar organu tal-ġisem hija l-ġilda. Issa, mela, Beverly qed tgħid illi filgħodu qabel nieħdu shower għandna bżonn ikonna xi ħaġa dik il-kwalità li hija brush li nużawha dry mingħajr ma tkun imxarba u nużawha fuq il-ġilda tagħna mingħajr ma tkun imxarba. Mela li rridu nagħmlu li dejjem nibbraxxjaw minnaw dejjem lejn il-qalb biex nistimulaw il-pori tal-ġilda tal-organu, l-ikbar organu li għandna fil-ġisem, imma iktar minn hekk huwa importanti illi aħna waqt li qed nagħmlu hekk isna qed nagħtu massaġġ il-ġisem kollu minn isfel għal fuq kemm nistgħu inlaħqu dejjem niġbdu lejn il-qalb. Għax hemmhekk allura li qed jiġri u di interessanti, in-nervituri tal-ġisem qed inżommuhom kollha mqajmin. Fis-sens illi tat eżempju tajjeb ħafna u qalet illi l-istess palma għax qed tilha ment jekk tieħu shower mhux xorta qalt li le. Għalt għax inti li qed tagħmel huwa kieku inti għandek liżar fuq is-sodda. U mbagħad se terġa' titfa' liżar ieħor u ħa terġa' titfa' liżar ieħor, l-effett mhux l-istess bħal meta inti qbadt il-liżar, għallejtu, tajtu temperatura b'saħħitha u mbagħad inxartu, allura mbagħad int għandek riżultat mod ieħor. U meta l-ġilda aħna qed intuha dal-massaġġ, m'hemmx għalfejn norku, lightly, bil-mod, softly, inħossu illi qed nagħtu dik il-braxxjatura mal-ġisem, li jkun qed jiġri illi dak l-ilma li nkunu xrobna filgħodu kif inqumu, fl-ixkun żgħir ilma filgħodu kif inqumu, malli l-ilma se jħoss din l-istimulazzjoni fil-ġilda se jibda jaħdem aktar u bekk is-sistema ta' dehydration, ta' hydration li aħna is-sistema li l-ġisem qed intuh biex jassorbi l-ilma li għandu bżonn, qed intuhilu filgħodu kmieni. Qabel before, qabel ma nieħdu shower. So, and this is really interesting. Why didn't I ever know about this brush before?
And I think that the benefits are great. If you think about what we're dealing with at the moment in this pandemic and how we go outside, we're covering our face, you know, things are airborne, they're touching our skin and sitting on there. And this is our greatest organ, our biggest organ is our skin.
Yes.
So we have to optimize that. We have to keep it clean.
So like how would you brush your face?
We have different sizes. This is a large one. I have a smaller one that works on my neck, works on my face. My face is body brushed at the moment with wearing masks about 4 times a day. But normally, if I'm not wearing a mask, it'll be twice a day, morning and before I go to bed. But the whole body, we've got to be very mindful because it's all one organ. It's not just the area that's outside. And,
yes.
And even people, I see them wearing gloves. you know, and again, our hands are absorbent, and they're absorbing all of these talcs and things and chemicals inside the gloves. You have to take the dead off for the air and the oxygen to go into the body, for new ones to be regenerated.
Mela, din hija xi ħaġa interessanti ħafna li qed tgħidilna, illi jekk aħna qed inħallu qed nieħu shower jien, imma ovvjament għandi sapun li jifdal xi ftit mis-sapun, għandi affarijiet li nkun qed nuża matul il-ġurnata u dawk dejjem qed ikollna debri qisu illi jinbena wieħed fuq l-ieħor fuq il-lejer tal-ġilda. Meta inti, bħal meta nik insular teżis, you know, you sweep the floor.
Yeah, exactly.
Jekk inti ma tiknis kuljum, taħseb li l-art għadha nadifa, mamma li tiġi biex tiknes, da tara naqra, da trab kollha minn fejn ġib. Għax anke mill-arja li għandna madwarna, dik ukoll se tħalli effett fuqna, u li hemm interessanti li qed tgħid Beverly bħalissa minħabba partikolarment illi għandna dil-biċċa xogħol tal-maskri, illi ħafna minna l-ħin kollu irridu jqattaw sigħat biha, qed tgħid illi jeżist mbagħad tuża braxi siżar biex tkun tista' allura tmexxi il-ġilda kullimkien. Ħalli kemm jista' jkun meta qed tagħmel dan il-moviment, l-effett ikun illi inti qed tistimula l-ġilda meta qed tixrob, allura waqt li qed tistimula qed tibgħat iżjed u tgħin il-qalb biex tippompja aħjar u l-ilma li inti tkun qed tikkonsma li inti tkun qed tieħu, meta inti qed tixrob mela jiena kelli l-maskra u qed innaddaf inneħħi layers ta' dak kollu li weħel miegħi. Li nkun qed nagħmelu li meta qed nibraxja qed nerġa' nagħti ħajja, I give life again lill-ġilda tiegħi. U barra minn hekk l-ilma ikun qed ittiha l-elastiċità li jkollha bżonn. Am I correct in saying this? Right, okay. So this has been really interesting, you know what you are saying about the scrubbing. U naħseb il-waħda mill-affarijiet sbieħ li qed ikonna u li qed nitalmu dawn l-affarijiet li ara ma jiswew xejn. Kull ma rrid huwa li nibraxxa. And for how long, for example, do you do this?
I think the most magical thing, I mean, all those great benefits, but the most magical thing it does, and this is if you do it for 3 minutes to 5 minutes, is underneath the surface of the skin, which is the largest organ, is our lymphatic network, our lymphs, which are part of the immune system. Now, think of your lymphs. For instance, if you get a sore throat, you may get a lump that comes up here,
right.
all right? That's a lymph node. It's doing its job. It's identified you're sick. Something's trying to invade you in this area, and it's sent all of its army to this area here to block any invasion, all right? So your lymph nodes are everywhere. It's a network throughout your entire body. They're in your head, they're across your body, right down the abdomen, in the groin, right the way down, all right? Nothing activates them until they're under attack. When we stimulate each morning, now bear in mind, you know, a health crisis, we want our immune system on, armed, well-trained and ready. So we can stimulate lymphatic activation with a body brush by spending 3 to 5 minutes each day on stimulating the entire body from top to toe. And you could do it 2 or 3 times. This is light brushing. This is not, you know, we're not scrubbing here. And is there a particular time, say in the morning, and for example, before you go to bed, what? I do it about 3 to 4 minutes before I jump in the shower in the morning. And then before I go to bed at night. At the moment, that's where I do the whole body. If I've been in and out and I've been wearing a mask, I will do my head, my neck, whatever skin was exposed on my hands when I return home. Okay. I think that's really important because the skin is highly absorbent. Highly.
Yes. Okay, good. So, mela qed taqsam magħna Beverly qed tgħidilna illi meta inti qed tuża l-scrubbing il qed tajti li jieħu 3 minuti, 4 minuti kollox dana, jiġifieri inti kważi tista' li kif eżatt mis-sodda, you know, tibda tagħmel dal-moviment biex kemm jista' jkun inti ikollok il-ġisem li jkun diġà stimulat. Li semmit interessanti huwa illi meta darba inti qed tagħmel dan il-moviment, qed tenerġizza u tħaddem dak li jgħidulu lymphatic system. Now, if I define the lymphatic system as being the major drain pipes to cleanse the body, is that correct?
Yeah.
Mela qed tgħidilna illi aħna fil-ġisem tagħna għandna sistema, pereżempju, eżempju, illi ġieli ikollok bidu ta' tarieħ u jkollok isa boċċaw. U t-tabib jibda jħoss, jgħidlek, għandi dil-boċċ. U li jkun qed jiġri illi hemm ikun hemm qisu armi ta' batterja li tkun qed tipprova tattakkak. Issa, li jiġri, u hawnhekk din hija interessanti, jiena qed nismagħhom ukoll, qed nitgħallem magħkom. Illi meta inti allura qed tibbraxxja din li qed tagħmelu li qed tiftaħ dal-lymphatic system. U allura dawn vum qed jidrenjaw ruħhom malajr. L-istess bħal maħna jinstat is-sink I'm giving them an example. Like when the kitchen sink gets blocked and you know use the pump. Yeah. Mela l-istess bħal meta inti għandek is-sink tal-kċina illi jinstat u tgħid se nagħmel. U ħafna drabi nagħtuh daqtej bil-pompa fum u jinfetaħ. Mhux dejjem jinfetaħ kollu, imma jekk inti tagħmilha spiss di, jekk jien kuljum nagħmilha di, ma tantx għandu ċans li jimblokka ruħu. U naħseb illi għalija qed nara illi jekk in huwa b'din is-sistema il-lymphatic system u din nsibuha illi hija waħda mill-iktar affarijiet maġġuri meta aħna jkollna nuqqas ta' saħħa, il-lymphatic system ma jkunx qed jaħdem kif suppost. Allura, am I correct in saying that many of the illnesses are also affected once the lymphatic system is not in order?
If the lymphatic system is blocked or sluggish, if you can imagine, as you said, it's a system of pipes that really moves everything around the body. It removes the waste. All right, so let's think about it like that. So if you get a blockage in the throat, or you get a blockage down here, or you get a blockage down here, or predominantly it happens in the legs. All right, so you get a blockage, and then what happens is you're not clearing, so it starts to build up. And people with edema, people with swollen legs, people that suffer a lot from inflammation, a lot of that can be reduced and eased with stimulation of the lymphatic system.
Wow, we come to the name of this is our moment, guys. You see, Mela, Beverly, I just love what you say, you know, it's so nice, it's so easy to understand. Mela, tgħidilna Beverly hawnhekk huwa illi, pereżempju, mela, ħafna minn nies li batu minn saqajhom ikunu naqra minn fuħin, jew jkollhom ħafna inflammations f'postijiet differenti fil-ġisem. Li kieku wieħed jidra li kuljum jagħmlu dan l-eżerċizzju, li l-fjammazzjoni timxi malajr ħafna li għax iċ-ċirkolazzjoni tad-demm tiżdied. Is that so? Because the circulation of the blood then generates and it flows.
And you're not just stimulating the blood, you're stimulating the nervous system. You're stimulating the lymphatic system. You're stimulating the blood. You're stimulating energy flow. Right? You're stimulating meridian points. Healing goes where energy flows. If you pour water in, you get the energy flowing. You stimulate the nerves, the lymphatic system. Before you've even got out the shower, your body is alert, it's ready, it's going to defend you for the day.
Yes, fantastic. Yes, so basically, mela dak li qed tgħidilna hija illi li kieku aħna nkunu aware, ġifieri għall-inqas nkunu nafu xista jgħinna u dan huwa lan ta' dan il-programmi li se nagħmlu. Illi qed ngħidilkom li l-ammont ta' erf li tistgħu tieħdu, l-ammont ta' tarif iktar minn li tistgħu intom tieħdu u tutilizzaw u tipprattikaw fuqkom huwa inkredibbli tajjeb għal saħħitkom. Għaliex? Għax pereżempju mela meta aħna qegħdin nagħmlu dal-brushing illi qed tgħidilna ta' 3-4 minuti qabel ma għandu xawer, il-ġisem huwa lest għal ġurnata xogħol għaliex inti stimulajtlu il-sistema nervuża tiegħek, stimulajtlu il-ċirkolazzjoni tad-dem, neħħejtlu l-blockages ġol meridians, dal-meridians huma bħal kanali trasparenti jirqa fil-ġisem illi jduru jiġru mal-ġisem kollu. U jekk ikollok blockage, jekk inti għandek blockage fis-sink tal-kċina, se jaffettwa is-sink tal-kamra tal-banju jew ix-shower ta' fuq il-bejt. Għax they are all connected, kollha huma konnessi ma' xulxin. Imma meta inti tagħmel dan l-eżerċizzju li qed jiġri hu illi allura il-ġisem internament qed ilesti ruħu biex kull fejjem dal-blockages kuljum qed ara pop qed tista' tnaqra inti tajtu l-eżerċizzju u reħa flow. U għandek dik li jgħidulu ċi li hija l-enerġija vitali tal-ġisem illi malli din tibda tgħaddi mill-ġisem kollu inti tara illi m'għandek xejn illi qed iżommok lura milli tibqa' tgawdi is-saħħa fiżika u mentali. And I think, and I would like to end up with this, Beverly, especially during these weird and tough times.
Yeah.
You know, so logically it follows that once you are doing this thing of drinking water in the morning and drinking up to 4 bottles a day,
Yeah.
and scrubbing once or twice a day, all right, and with the face because of the masks even more often, will that actually affect your mental state of being?
Yeah, because you're actually physically touching yourself. You're showing self-love, self-care, self-respect, and self-protection. And you're doing it as soon as you wake up in the morning.
That's beautiful. Oh, thank you so much for this. Mela, għettajdin, jena saqsejt, għattila allura, jekk inti se tagħmel dawn l-eżerċizzi, din speċjalment issa li għaddejjin kollha eżis għaddejjin minn dawn l-issues illi kultant inħossuna dawn, kultant inħossuna mitlufin, u l-istat mentali tagħna ma jkunx daqshekk f'postu. Għettila jekk inti tagħmel dawn l-eżerċizzi, jista' jaffettwanna l-istat mentali u r-risposta kienet żgur illi jaffettwa għall-aħjar għaliex hekk tkun qed tagħti ċans illi il-moħħ jieħu dak l-ossiġnu illi qed jiġi riġenerat minn di l-enerġija li qed intellaw mill-flow tad-dem li qed jilħaq il-brain u allura nkunu nistgħu iktar inkunu in control. Mela, eżiż, jiena dan huwa l-ewwel programm li għamilna, jien qed inħossna ħafna ferħana il-listan. You see, she's laughing at me because whenever because whenever I meet Beverly, you know, and she gives these beautiful examples, kull darba li ntaqa' magħha u tkun qed tagħtina dawn l-eżempji sbieħ u dawn l-eżempji ħfief li nifhmuhom, nemmen illi jekk nagħmlu daqsxejn kuljum. Mela, fl-ixkun ilma kif inqumu u scrubbing. Up to sa 4 fl-ixken ilma kuljum u fil-għaxija nerġgħu nagħmlu dill-scrubbing fuq ġisem xott. U mbagħad ħodu xawar jew morru worqdu. Il-bniedem għandu jara riżultati tajbin ħafna fiżiċi u mentali. Kunu għana l-ġimgħa d-dieħla. Wow! Proset, Bev, I'm really happy.
Thank you for having me.
Thank
It's
you.
been good.